Allahu, 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 Allah.
One reference, we get to know that there would be a fitna that would enter every household of Arab. And we also know there would be fitnahs that would fall on the people like the drops of rain. So how can one safeguard themselves and their families from such fitnahs? This is actually a very tough question, but what I can say is that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told that whoever finds at the time of Dajjal, finds himself at the time of Dajjal, should recite the first 10 ayahs of Surah Al-Kahf. So this is one thing. And then according to another hadith, then Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that one should become the mat of his own house. That basically the point is, and according to other hadiths as well, that one should break his sword. So the point is, when such a situation happens, everyone should care for their own selves and their own iman instead of engaging themselves into the public activities, or trying to encounter those fitnahs, trying to engage themselves in those fitnahs. But the unfortunate thing that I feel would be is that most of such fitnahs would be so that people won't even recognize that those are the fitnahs, and people would be engaged in them without even realizing. For example, there are two very prime examples of today. That's not according to the topic, but let me quote those examples. That most of people today are engaged in taking or giving interest. And interest, is just like, if you do not give up on interest, then it is just like having a war with Allah and His Rasul, according to Quran. And according to the hadith, we know that there would be a time that people would digest or inhale interest, riba, just like the people inhale smoke. Everyone is involved in them without even realizing. And some people are a step ahead in that they buy things by taking loans from banks, and they do interest-based transactions directly involved without even realizing that this is haram. This is just like a war with Allah and His Rasul. So this, for example, in itself is a fitna which has not only entered every household in the Arab world, but also in every household all over the world. And we do not even realize the gravity and the intensity of the matter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save our iman from such fitnas. So not everyone would be able to go to the mountains, not everyone would be able to raise cattle in the mountains, not everyone would be able to sideline themselves from the mainstream population. So the best thing is to, in such a situation, I'm not saying that this is that situation, wallahu alam, we can have a different session on this one, but in such a situation, if one feels like that, or when the time comes, one should restrict himself to his own house and try to stop himself from engaging in such fitnas as much as he can, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to safeguard himself and his family from those trials and fitnas. That an army among you would fight in India, in Hindustan, and Allah will make them successful. So much so that they would bring the kings of India, the kings of Hindustan, tied in chains, and Allah will forgive their sins. These two wars would be fought with the weapons, the best of the best technology, and there is no war after that. There is just hide and seek. Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Prophet Jesus alayhi salam would take his companions, and Imam al-Mahdi would take his people and hide in the mountains. And then Gog and Magog would kill all of the people and everything and destroy everything on earth, apart from a very few people who are left in a corner or something. Very, very, very few people. Maybe 100,000 or so or less, out of all those billions that we have already. Because I think he will be Imam al-Mahdi in future. So he is being guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is his dreams and his knowledge. He is not like scholarly educated as well, but he is being trained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself through his dreams.